For me, it has been the smaller the institute, the more one-on-one experience, the one-on-one peer discussion and one-on-one mentorship that I wanted to always get is what I was able to get through Athena. So that is what I feel for me. Even today, if there is anything that, even though I have graduated last year and I'm just an alumni now for the institute, but still the kind of love, the kind of response I still get from the institute, the kind of acceptability that is there from the institute is what really makes me happy. And I would want anyone who is going there to have this experience that even though you go, it is not like you are out, we don't need you. Like, yeah, you are our student, you were our student, and we welcome you for anything that you need. For me, my professor, who was Aditya Singh, who is one of the chief directors in the institute, is still helping me. So the kind of mentorship that I got, because all the other institute, what a lot of time we feel is like the bigger the institute, the better experience I will get. So even now, if I go back to the institute, to go back to my professor saying that, this is what I'm looking at, this is what maybe, I'm looking at to change in my career, this is what I'm achieving, they're proud of me, they're happy for me. And that is what, I feel that is the kind of connect I've been able to build with them. My name is Vibhuti Desai. I have recently completed my studies from Athena School of Management. I am currently working with Aditya Birla Capital in Mumbai, and I also reside, I am a working resident in Mumbai. So what I studied in Athena was PGPM, which is a postgraduate program in management. It is very similar. So the courses we take, the subjects we take are very similar to an MBA course. The only difference is the degree comes as a postgraduate program in management and not an MBA. So the courses are same, everything you study is the same. It just, as a PGPM program, there is more of a practical knowledge. There is more of, a practical aspect associated with it every semester, through which the credentials are given to us by the end. So that is the only difference which is there between an MBA and a PGPM program. In India, what happens is there are only few institutes. So there are two types of schools in the country. One is like a proper university, like a Mumbai University or a Delhi University. So only those specific colleges have, or universities have, the authority to give an MBA program. Other than that, for all the other colleges, even the top colleges in India, give something called as a PGDM or a PGPM, which is a postgraduate program in management or a postgraduate diploma in management. A PGPM course is divided, it has a duration of 2 years. In the 2 years, there are 4 semesters. Every semester, there is one subject which will be completely focused on getting an internships. It can be in different sectors, different fields, and it is a full-time work that you have to do for at least 2 months, through which also the credentials are given back to the university or the school, and based on that, your final grade of the semester is decided. So totally, in all, in the 2 years, you complete 4 internships, which are mandatory. So the first semester is most of a generic, semester. Whatever we studied in that semester is what we then go back and apply in the first internship that we get. So it's more of a generic internship. It is mostly, the college. We sit down with our counselor, who is Aditya sir, and what he does is he tells us, okay, what are the subjects that you are interested in? What are you keen about learning? And based on that, there are internship options that we have. Oh, you want to go for sales, you want to go for marketing, you want to go for more of a financial role. So what is it that you really wish to do once you graduate from here is the major focus given on. Based on that, we have a first internship so that we have an idea that what is it that we want to do, and maybe is that something we want to specialize in from our second year onwards. I was always interested in doing something which has a mixture of both financial services as well as marketing. So hence my first internship that I did was into a stockbroking company, which is known as Edelweiss Financial Services in Mumbai. In there, I was more of a sales associate. So what we were looking at is how, we can get people onboarded, how can they open a demat account for trading, what are the trading options. So, giving them the knowledge of trading, why is it necessary? So that was more of my first internship concluded. My second internship after that was, I wanted to explore more. I wanted to see what are the other options available in the financial service field only. So that is when I go ahead and gave my second internship, which was again into a financial services, which was more of like a payments bank, like an online digital bank, which are coming up right now. So it was more of a digital bank. And in that, I was focused on, getting how can we make the app better for the customers. So I was working with the application team on the product management side. So how is it that we can make this application better for the customers? What is it that we can add that so that they find a value in our product and they take our product? So that was my major focus in the second semester. Third semester, I thought that, why not try something different? Why not try something new? So that is when I tried to, go ahead and see if there is any option available wherein I can just do pure financial, like a books, accounting and everything, but into, a different sector altogether. So if maybe that is what something I'm interested in. So that is when I did my third internship in a hospitality industry. It was a hotel. It was a big corporate office of a group of hotels, which is known as Ginger Hotels. It is a Tata enterprise. And in that, I was in a pure corporate office, corporate finance team, wherein we used to look at the audit papers, see, bunch of hotels, what are their expenses, what is their income, what is the internal audit. So I played a major role. I was there in the organization when they were taking care of the internal audit. So I was very happy to learn a lot of things, that what are the things that are needed, what is the books of account, what is the asset, what is the liability of the company as of date. So yeah, that was something which I really wanted to try and which I got the opportunity to learn about. And my fourth internship, which was the last one, was completely different because I wanted to go out of the box because I knew what I wanted to do, but I still wanted to try something new. So my fourth internship was with Sony Pictures Network, which was more into the research side of it. So it was pure marketing. So what I did was I divided a financial marketing, again financial marketing, then I did pure finance, and then I did pure marketing in a pure, media, which is completely different and, nothing that is related to what I did earlier. So my fourth internship was more, in the media industry. It was in Sony Pictures. So it was more of research. What is it? Which episodes? What is the kind of content that the our consumers are liking? What is it that they are watching? How can we make it better? So that was more the focus. So these were my 4 varied internships that I worked. All the 4 internships that I talked about were, felicitated to me by Athena School itself. I did not have to go ahead and search it on my own. The college assisted me. They just, looked at what are my interests, what is it that I'm looking at doing in my internship. And based on that, there were different companies that they helped me get an interview with. And, it was basically everything was done by them. It was nothing that I have been doing like I did on my own. So for every internship that you do, the supervisor in the organization, so when the school approaches the organization, they, togetherly come up with a project that will be the major focus that you'll be working on for those 2 months itself. So that will be your project. So after every 2 months, what happens is once you have the project, okay, before you start an internship, your project is decided. By the end of the 2 months, what you have to do is you have to present it in the organization that you're working with, a supervisor who was assigned to you in the organization. As to this was my project, this is what I've achieved, and this is what I've learned out of these 2 months. Based on that, a report by the supervisor is sent back to the organization, to the school, and based on that, the grades are evaluated. Athena is sort of like a unique or a prime school in itself. Why I would say that? Because the kind of students they take in, so the intake of the school is comparatively very less compared to other schools. And also the kinds of internship, the kind of other activities. So it is not just, majorly focused on studies. If we see a lot of schools in, the country, they majorly focus on, focusing on the education part of it, the subject part of it. But here there are other co-curricular activities. There is a lot of, cultural activities that you can do. There are a lot of in-class activities. Every week there is a plan. There is either a singing competition, there is either a dancing competition. So there are other competitions. There is other things you do. It is not just you are just studying. You are trying to develop yourself as a human being. You are not just, focused on, okay, this is what my study is. They try to help you to be a person that you are, not just, education wise they do, but also for your other spectrums of life. So my best friend in the school while we were studying for 2 years was someone from Madagascar. So she had come in to, do the program in India, and that is how we became friends. And what it does is all the internship that it provides us is also abroad. So it is not just the internships are in India. There are a lot of students who have opted to go study, for a semester abroad, or they can go for like an internship abroad. So whatever they want to do, they want to go outside. I know I have my juniors who have gone to Turkey, who have gone to France, who have gone to Europe, to just do an internship, to study a semester abroad. So it is not just, focused on the Indian point of view. So you get to learn about the global market. You get to learn about, what is happening around the world and understand where do you fit yourself, where do you see yourself, let's say 5 years, 10 years down the line. So Vibhuti, before Athena's hate, used to hate sales. Okay, I never thought I would be a person who would go see a future in sales because I've always thought I'm not good at convincing people. But after the internship that I did, I wanted to, put myself out of the box, put myself out of my comfort zone. That is when through the internships that I did at Athena, talking to the teachers, talking to my, supervisors, today I am working in a field. I completed almost, I'm about to complete a year in the organization. I am working into sales, and I did not expect that to be the case. So I don't think the person who was like 2 years ago would have thought that, okay, after 3 years she would be somewhere in a sales organization and she would be, earning well, and she would be, happy with what she's doing. The biggest takeaways for me from the program has been never give up. Always believe in yourself. Don't limit yourself, I would say, because that is what it has happened with me. I try to limit myself, and just trust the process. So there'll be a lot of, vigorous process in terms of admissions and in terms of, getting a project. So don't, just limit yourself through that. Keep exploring, believe in what is happening. There'll be a lot of, inputs put on you. There'll be a lot of, feedbacks given to you. So follow up on those feedbacks, work on those feedbacks, and I'm sure it will help you be the person what you want to be outside once you finish the program. Who can get into it? Anyone who has, finished their bachelor's degree or their undergrad degree and are looking for getting, a postgraduate degree can go for the programs at Athena. Currently, the college has also come up with various dual degree programs and other programs like brand management, international business. So while I studied, I feel jealous that when I was there, the few of the courses were not introduced, but I'm really happy that the institute has released more, and opened courses which are more relevant in the today's world. So anyone who is looking at, probably developing a career in those fields can go for it. As a lot of universities in the US have an SAT, that's the standard admission test. Similarly, here we have a common admission test, which is a CAT, and so which is given by almost everyone in India who is looking at a postgraduate degree. If not, if a student who is coming from, let's say, outside India and is looking to get admissions in Athena, no need to worry. There is also a specialized Athena test, which is more, understanding who you are as a human being. It doesn't focus on, the common questions like algebra and, logical reasoning, though there are questions which are there in those tests, but it also focuses on who you are as a human being and would you be a right fit in the institute or not. And number three, I would say for me as an investment, it has been because the kind of, placement that I got outside from the college. So if I look at the market right now and based, the pandemic situation, the kind of people, the kind of job that I have received, I'm really grateful for the kind of, money I'm getting, for the kind of compensation I've received, and for the kind of organization that I'm working with. Adaptability at Athena has been rather, better than what I have seen, because I keep looking at the social media posts and, everything that goes on LinkedIn. So what the organization is doing is trying to bring the world for the students. So I see, lectures coming from, the lecturers coming from US, lecturers coming from Europe. So earlier, what used to happen in a classroom, that the connectivity was reduced, because, the most of the time, because we were in the classroom, we believe that, we want the professor or the teacher to be in the class in front of us. But now, because everything is digital, now because, we are all remotely working, remotely studying, Athena is able to bring those international, faculty members in the college for the students to get them more international experience. Also, there are a lot of students opting for an international internship. So remote working, which has been the new, normal, which is happening. A lot of students have also opted for an international internship, sitting in the country, sitting at their home with the safety of their, health. They are still working for companies which are in Europe, which are in, I think I saw one of my junior working in for a company in UK. Athena has adapted really well and changed the way we look at the new normal.